Welcome, Wargamers, to another YouTube channel video where today I am introducing the Pass of Caradhras mini card game from the new Quest of the Ringbearer sourcebook, which myself and Tom Second have been playing through. I hope you've been following. The best way to probably follow that progress is on our Instagram page of midsussex.wargamers, where I've put full reviews of each scenario, ranked them in order of favourite, and given full descriptive of what's going on. I did a brief summary in the previous video we uploaded from Quest of the Ringbearer, which was Nazgul and Bree. I was pretty harsh on that scenario actually in that video. I enjoyed it much more than what came across, I have to be honest. But yeah, so we're moving on to another new scenario. So in the meantime, you can see running in front of you is the Weathertop scenario. So obviously, if you haven't watched Nazgul and Bree already, go and watch that and you'll find out what happened. And I'll tell you what happened now. So Aragorn basically slaughtered the race, is essentially what happened. So yeah, we've now made it to Weathertop. The hobbits got surrounded. Pippin failed every single courage test going and did not move at all, except for a couple of compels, or perhaps just to make way. Merry bossed a couple of combats and got a couple of races to back away from him, with the new Flaming Brands rule in this updated Classic Edition. The race have to back away d6 inches if they lose a fight, which Merry did that to 2 race twice before he was finally killed, along with Sam and then Pippin. But then Aragorn was able to save Frodo from a similar fate by taking out all of the wraiths himself. Actually, tell a lie, Frodo did kill one. It's the second scenario Frodo's actually killed a wraith. Incredible work from young Mr. Baggins. The changes I'd probably make to the scenario to make it a bit fair on the race, because it did seem pretty heavily in favour of the Fellowship, given that Aragorn showed up so quickly and there's a high chance that he will, would be to give all the hobbits -1 courage for each race still on the board, meaning that Aragorn doesn't have total control of the board with his Mighty Hero Free Might every turn, just calling the right moves, getting charges in with the hobbits who can do it quite reliably. Frodo courage 6 down to 5, same as Sam. Even Merry and Pippin courage 4 down to 3. There's going to be a semi-regular charge there to keep them quiet. So if they had -5 courage each, that means, when you see them in the film, they could barely do anything. But yeah, that's that. Moving on to the flight to the ford. Frodo had taken both of his fate off in the last scenario, but I think there was actually, I'm struggling to remember now, a special rule that meant that Frodo had no fate or might in this scenario. So the good side had to defeat all of the race. Some of them may not all show up. If they roll a 1 for deployment, they have an accident, quote, somewhere along the journey and do not arrive. There's 5 automatically on the board, and then the other 4 may be dead before they arrive. So the good side's objective is to destroy all the Nazgul. They do have Aragorn, Merry, Pippin and Sam running up in behind, but Aragorn also has no might. I did forget very early that he has Heroic March. I was just trying to punt Arwen, like the movie, as quickly as possible to the ford, and she was caught very quickly with some cheeky compels, and then some trapping, killed Asveloth, and Frodo at least died, I can't remember if she did, but Frodo nonetheless, more importantly, was killed. And we decided before the campaign started that if Frodo ever dies, then we will swap sides. So Tom will now be controlling the Fellowship until Frodo potentially dies again. So yeah, as you just saw on the speed up footage there, that Arwen was in fact compelled back, charged, pinned, and then eventually surrounded, which was absolutely devastating. We didn't have time to replay this one. We probably will, maybe with Glorfindel, because the fight 7 extra attacks would be really helpful. He's also resistant to magic, I do believe. If not, he's got, like I say, the better fight, very better attacks to defend himself. If not, then I'll try a slightly different tactic of perhaps running Arwen back towards Aragorn and the hobbits. Yeah, I was trying to get to the river and then use the Wrath of Brunnen as quickly as possible, but it failed me on this occasion, and Tom rightly won it, and it was done in about 8 minutes. Quite painful indeed. So yeah, that's that. So we will move now on to the Pass of Caradhras, the card mini game. We played it through once first, which I'll explain in the video coming up. and it was particularly easy for the Fellowship. So we're going to play it again with myself as the Fellowship this time, because like I said, we swapped, and then there will be Wargs in the Night summary at the end of Pass of Caradhras. So yeah, hope you enjoy this upcoming mini-game. Okay, well, welcome to the Pass of Caradhras, which we have played through once, because it's quite a complicated little scenario, actually.
Yeah, with cards.
Yeah, there's the card mini-game. Yeah, we're going to play it again, so earlier on I got Frodo killed, so we swapped sides.
Yeah.
So Tom is now the Fellowship, so he successfully won this scenario despite me killing both Frodo and Sam.
Well, burying them in snow.
I buried them in the snow, they didn't die. So we're going to play it again. This time I'll be the Fellowship and see if there's some tricksy tactics that Tom can come up with. But we think we played it right. We'll film it and then you can comment and I'll share it on Facebook and people can say what they thought of it and how they played it, whether they were doing it wrong. But I feel there's a few key words and lines that are missing from the rules that don't quite add up, like when to flip the cards and...
Well, it never says flip the cards.
Yeah.
But if you don't flip them, nothing will happen.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's an odd one. So we'll literally point this camera downwards and you'll try and see what we're going on about.
It's not very snowy, but that's...
Yeah, it's a bit grassy. So we were also saying we feel like they've missed out a trick with using some crabine
in the book, yeah.
Yeah, since there's some brand new models out, I thought it'd be odd that they're not used, but hey-ho. So Tom, to start with, picks a card from his hand. He has all the black, so that is the spades and the...
Clubs.
Clubs, that's the word. He picks one card and puts it
I'm going
face
for
down.
the king of spades.
Well, he can show me this time, because I have no idea what any of the cards are.
Yeah.
But in the future I will know what some of the cards are. So Tom has picked, secretly...
I've secretly chosen this one.
Yeah, he can show the camera actually when
Yeah.
it happens. Legolas can move too, so he's going to go ahead to here. And we assume this is when you flip.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we won't know. Everyone else moves one. So we'll go Gandalf, Gimli...
Flip them first.
Oh yeah, that's good. Gandalf, the 9. Gimli's on a 6. Aragorn's on a Jack.
Yeah.
Boromir's on a 2. And then the hobbits are going to follow suit. Ha, get it? Follow suit. Right.
So obviously then I reveal I chose the king.
I should also mention out that all the hobbits have 2 wounds and everyone else has 3 wounds.
Yeah.
And if they have a card land on them, as it were, they lose a wound.
And start to be buried.
Yes, start to be buried.
Now at this stage I can choose another card if it's unoccupied.
Yes.
To bury.
Yes, removed from the game, so I can't take that route.
Yeah.
Yes.
So...
Which does make Legolas's moving 2 forwards can make it awkward, we found. But there's no point in you doing that now.
Turn
So
over.
Tom will secretly choose another card and show the camera.
I wonder. I'll choose this one. And put it there.
Lego's going to go to this one.
Scouting ahead.
Scouting ahead. Gandalf and Merry are going to go to this one. Flip it over. What's exciting that I don't know. Thought it would go for 4 on 1. We'll put all our eggs in one basket. Aragorn valiantly protecting Frodo.
Oh, 10.
Oh, lots of 10s! This is not good. I hope he hasn't picked a 10. So the tactic is Tom now knows that there's no more 10s on this board.
So I wouldn't choose 10.
Oh, he went for a queen.
I did go for the queen. I was hoping Legolas would lead them into trouble.
So now Tom can choose another queen, a 9, a 6, a jack or a 2 to basically destroy. So I can't take that card.
It's optional, isn't it?
Yeah, you
so
don't
I won't.
to. You play then reveals a card. The extra rules. At the end of each turn, the evil player can play a card. Yeah, so you don't have to.
Right, so what hasn't come up? Let's go... Or should we go for...
No aces yet. No 3s, no 4s, no 5s, no 7s.
Okay, let's go for that.
Leggy is going to go... So you can go 2 in any direction, can't you?
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's just going to go straight over here.
we think you can go diagonal.
Yeah, it does. That is one of the ones where it does explicitly say
Any direction.
We'll go... We'll continue up. And these are going to go that way.
Oh wow.
And Boromir and Sam are going to go here.
Mm.
What is it? What is it?
He's dodged the snow. It's a 3.
Ooh, I think we're going to make it. Would you like to lay down any extra cards? You
Well,
may
I
as
might
well play a 10.
do a 10. Does it just do one of them or both?
I think one. At the end of each turn, you will play may choose a card in the playing area that matches the number they play.
Okay, so we'll make that one
Disappear.
disappear.
You may now secretly choose a card.
Okay, well, have we had that number? I think we'll go for that.
Right. Boromir and Sam are going this way.
Are they going to spread out or stick together?
Yeah, I think so. Gandalf and
I choose.
these two are going this way. Aragorn's going this way. I don't know whether spreading out and giving more numbers, there's a higher chance of one of them getting leggy. Yeah, or there's the potential of all of them getting smashed in the same same go. We'll just move leggy the one for now. There.
Interesting. Well, I chose 5, and there is no 5.
Oh, I've avoided it again.
But I can block an ace, so I will block that.
Leggy can now leave the board.
Could do, yeah.
Does he have to flip this card as he goes? Or is it one that you finish on? This is...
Yeah.
It doesn't say whether... Because Leggy can move 2, whether he can go boom off the board, whether I now have to flip that card. Or whether it's once you've finished on that one you flip the card. It never says flip the card. But how else would you know the number? Jay, if you're watching, comment and tell me. I think...
I haven't chosen my card yet.
Okay. Leggy back on... Where was he? This one.
Okay, I've chosen a card. That is the card.
Leggy will leave.
Yeah.
See you all later, fellowship.
Oh yeah, so you need to get 4... Is it 4 or 5?
5
You need to get 5 out.
I think...
And I need to bury 5, which may not happen.
I think we're going to go there. 5, 5, 5. Has there already been a 5?
No.
No, there has been no 5. So the chances are you may have picked a 5. So in that case, Gandalf went first. Merry and Pippin are going on their lonesome this way. Aragorn scouting to this one. King, there's been no king yet either. We'll move Sam and Boromir this way.
Ooh, interesting.
And there's not been any 3s yet, so odds are someone's going to get hit. Let's go here.
1 on each? No?
I think he's gone for a king.
You've chosen well. But Aragorn does get a bit buried.
A bit buried, a bit of snow on his shoulder. And also, why is Bill not in the scenario?
He's in the picture.
He's in the picture.
How many wounds did he have? I'm going to bury 8.
Yeah, that's the problem with Leggy scouting ahead. What is your secret card going to be?
Oh, my secret one.
Secret one.
So... I think... Have we gone for one of those yet? Okay, we'll try that.
So 8 is blocked.
8 is blocked.
Let's... Gandalf. There. I don't like going on the pictures. I think pictures draw. It certainly did me. But I want to play that one. It's got a pretty picture on it. I'm going to play the odds and go for all on one.
Whoa! But what about Sam and Boromir?
Would he go for another king in a row? Yes, he probably would. Let's go for the 5. What's he gone for?
I've gone for a bit of a stab in the dark, and it's paid off.
Oh no! Oh, smushed.
The Jack.
So Frodo down to 1, Merry down to 1,
Yeah.
Pippin down to 1, Aragorn down to 1, and then Gimli and Gandalf on 2. Ow.
So it's going to be all about
This last.
the last row, which Legolas did not scout.
Yes, I didn't want you to know as much as I knew.
It's true.
To be honest.
And I could cut the 3 off.
So you could take 4 out in one go. At least Boromir and Sam know that joke is safe.
Right.
Well, yes.
Should I stop the 3, or might I want to guess 3? Because the last cards could be 3.
It's 2 aces. Could be a 2. 1, 2 on them.
2.
Could be a
We've had
4.
the jacks.
No, 2 4s.
So I'm going to use that. Yeah. And then I won't choose it by mistake. It's not 10. Not 9. Could it be? It couldn't be 8.
Well, there's 2 here as well that we don't know what they are.
7. Okay, I've chosen a card.
Okay. I'm going to spread out my 1 wounders.
Yeah.
Let's see what that one is. Pippin moved first, just for...
Interesting.
Frodo will go over here. What's a queen? Can't remember if you played both your queens or not. And then we will split these 2 up as well. And then...
Yeah. Oh,
What is it? It's a
I
7.
went for a 7.
Oh, there's no 7. We got
It's
away
a
with
miss.
it. We got away with it.
I could bury a random one. Say I bury a 10.
Why not? And your last secret card, if you've got a 3 or a queen, then you can do some damage to Boromir and Sam.
Okay, there we go.
But these will leave, so
Just
I will
for-
win the scenario.
Yeah. Although, I suppose more wounds happened this playthrough, but less burying.
Less burying.
Oh, I did go for the queen.
The queen, so they will take a wound each.
But then they can get off next turn.
And there we have it. Yep, they will leave because they get to move first.
So that is the scenario.
Tom's window.
Yeah.
So that is the Pass of Caradhras. Yeah.
It's quite a quick game.
Yeah, what's that, like 10 minutes? It is quite fun trying to work out what card it
Which
should
go
be,
for,
trying to double guess each other. It just needs to be a little clearer of what how the flipping the cards work, just one line saying.
I think we need to see a couple of other people play it,
Yeah.
see how they interpret it.
Yeah, but I suppose it could have... The Hobbit's only being on 1 wound. Yeah, I don't think you're ever going to get hit a hero 3 times.
No.
Yeah, because you need to kill 5, I don't think it's going to happen.
If you started them all on the same square,
If you kept putting them all on the
that
same
might
ones,
be bad.
I kept picking all the same ones, then yeah, maybe. But anyway, that's been quite negative there. Now it's going to bring up with they are very good ones, obviously very appreciative that they exist and have a chance to play them.
I think there's better ones to come,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah. The next one we're playing is Wargs and the Night Witches.
I think that should be quite good.
Very cool. That one's probably quite easy to put a top-down camera on because it's all in the centre of the board, so we could just do that.
And we've got Bill actually appearing.
Actually have Bill.
I think you could put Bill in this.
Yeah, we should add Bill in and just give him like 1 wound. Because he's struggling. In that picture, he's struggling. So yeah, that is the Pass of Caradhras. Thank you very much for watching, and look out for the future scenarios. And if you want to see specific ones, then comment below and we'll film them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kill.